Welcome back to my Borussia Dortmund save in Football Manager 2026. We are ready to start the season, kind of. We've got a first round in the Cup, DFB Pokal. I was wondering, do we play this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to get the episode recorded, even though, the league's not too far of getting underway. Just like another week later. But if we end up going far in the Cup, good to document the progress. But I believe this team is a 5th division team in Germany. So, that kind of says it all. And where are we? Players. Yeah. So it's almost like a friendly, which, you might say you don't usually record friendlies, but it's good to document. And, as I said, if we go far in the Cup, see what we do in the first round, but I guess you can see how I rotate a little bit. And also not just this episode, all episodes, you'll notice, I'm sure it'll say it somewhere else in the video, or I know it does. Early access for channel members. So if you want to become a member and just help support me do some more Football Manager videos again, because obviously, the views are nothing crazy, and will allow me to spend some more time with the videos, and you'll see them a bit early as a little perk for that kind of thing. But anyway, we are going to get into the game today. There is going to be, I'm just showing you, friendly games, none of them really challenging. And as I said, this one will kind of be similar, but you'll see how we can rotate our players during the game and, in terms of the match fitness to prepare for the season. We've got players, coming back from injury. Schlotterbeck, it's the rehabilitation phase. So we already did make one sale as we navigate to the transfer history here. It was Sally Ozcan to Sunderland, and he already played his game. A 7 rating, not average rating, because it's one match. But that's not bad when you don't provide a goal or assist. So he did all right in that fixture. See, like I said in the first episode, I like all that, Football Manager talk, but we won't go too deep and waffle on. He appeared that he was already transfer listed, so I went with it. If Sunderland's actually having a good season in real life for a newly promoted side, but I think I was happy enough to let him go. But there is, do I want to call it drama? I guess I haven't really looked for any signings yet myself. Been pretty content with the team, and just easier to progress as well. I could spend longer. Maybe another day or two if we were going on transfers. And who are we looking at sometime? Okay, let's sort by age. Pascal Gross, I was trying to find him. I guess because he got right back, so he's going to be more... I was looking towards midfielders. But anyway, Manchester United showed interest in him. I initially, of course, declined the offer. Then, he came with me with anger, a bit of frustration. So we ended up negotiating with the player 10.5 million euros if that bid does come in. And I initially rejected the offer pretty quickly because if you remember when I talked about him in the first episode, saying, I've always liked him as a player. Pretty solid, versatile in the positions. And I think he'll be pretty important. And I think it's hard to replace someone like him cheaply. I guess they signed him for 7.5 mil. I feel though in Football Manager, I might have to go deep with scouting and find someone. But maybe because he's not that quick. I don't know if I'm overrating him or something, or it's because I've liked him for a few years, but he is a 34-year-old now. But he still seems like a really valuable player. Mentally, technically, physically around the pitch. His stamina is pretty good. So, and then corners, free kick taking, set pieces. So I feel like it's going to be hard to find someone for that same price, let alone what we would get for him, like around that 10 million. And we did have 15 mil. And again, I'll try and do it. We'll go overview. There we go, transfer budget. So that's gone up a little bit. It was 15 mil before we made any changes. So if Gross goes, if another offer comes in from United, maybe that push closer to 30, And yeah, maybe we could get actually a decent signing and spend on that. But I'm feeling like the navigation is a bit like, I don't know, something about it is slightly better than the early days of the game of FM26 at least. Yeah, I haven't minded playing through the preseason, but yeah, let's try and get into, there's still a preseason game essentially, but it's the first cup game of the season, so yeah, it's good to get into FM26 after a little break. I think it's a good game to play. And also exciting time. Look at the tactic. Like, I'm someone who rotates a lot or changes things a lot, especially early on. You're getting a feel. So yeah, you'll see me change player roles, instructions, all that stuff. I like seeing in possession and then out of possession. I don't know what your guys' preference, like how you were doing. See, this is one of the biggest things in FM26, like that tactical change, like combined is interesting. Like I said, personally, I like to look at it individually. Like I said, in possession, out of possession. And yeah, that's just how I like to do it. Let's just set up the team a bit. We might do a quick pick. Anselmino, I mentioned there might not be nothing too exciting about him because he's on loan from Chelsea, but he's actually been training pretty well. Like in a recent training report, he was at top of the training and, of course, attributes improving. So Chelsea would like what we are doing for him. And even Jobe, I noticed, Newcastle's interested in him. That popped up in the last few days, so keep that in mind. So that's why I said I didn't really go too deep on transfers. Yeah, I didn't really go too deep on transfers yet because I like the size of the squad. So it's just the case. Now, where is he here? Yeah, Gross. He wasn't even picked at all, but I want to play him. I want to keep him around. He's still one of the better players. He's still got quite a few players with low sharpness. And there's some of like the younger types. I don't know. He's 24 as Hill. I don't know too much about him individually. But as you can see, he's like 2-star. But this is more. They might end up selling it. Yeah, he's transfer listed. So I might offer him out to trigger that process. But a couple of the players at like 18 years old, I dropped them to the reserve team. I couldn't drop them to the under-19s for whatever reason. So yeah, that was the case. But then someone like Jurate, I just made him available for the under-19s because I couldn't look. Yeah, made available for under-19 squad because you can only move to reserve. So I thought, okay, that's the way it is. I just hate having the squad looking so big when it doesn't need to. But yeah, that Carney, he's another Englishman. Good technique, good first touch. So maybe, as I said, Anselmino. What's so interesting? That Kabar is another, or actually Campbell, because, likelihood. Yep. So I think these guys we have listed, whether it be transfer listed or loan listed, we just might push the issue a bit more. And of course, Fabio Silva's still injured. I can't wait to play him. Obviously, he's on the thumbnail. But yeah, definitely when he's available, I would hope. Yeah, I would hope he can stay fit and we can. He's still got a little bit of that potential to work into, but overall now he is. Yeah, just about an accomplished player. Sabitzer, who I didn't really mention in the first episode as well, but yeah, we're not going to make too many changes. We'll play it as is, and as I said, we'll make changes. We'll find out, who's going to be the best options. Bayer, he's only 22 years old, so yeah, he's got the pace, so I don't mind him actually in that position. I think See, this was, I think, yesterday, and I trained him for right wing. Hopefully it'll become natural there, so left back. I think we have... Who else do we have? We do have Kabar. Or maybe play a younger... I thought we had... Maybe just Schlotterbeck, Svensson... There's one way we can look at this. Yeah, I was looking for the right. Ryerson is right back, but he can play left back. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's already in the team there. So, but yeah, Kaba, because we are much stronger than our opposition here. I think we go in like this. Jan Couto. I like him, Brazilian, and that's another thing. When you know how I said in the first episode, I've always liked doing these type of saves. Or in Germany, yeah, signing Brazilian players is pretty common. As I said, the transfer rules, yeah, it hasn't seemed too tricky with the foreigners, but yeah, maybe bring him off the bench as well, get some sharpness into him. But yeah, a bit of a mix. We won't spend. I'm kind of like it probably is going to be Silva. I'm just thinking, yeah, for Guirassy, yeah, who's going to be the young type of striker? But yeah, we'll keep analyzing the team and see. Yeah, I'm going to be like that. We're not. Yeah, we like getting deep into the FM details. But anyway, yeah, pretty relaxed mode we'll have in this series as we just wait for the teams to warm up. It'll be a good refresh of how the game is running. I won't say how long that took to load. I might make those screens skip. But yeah, we should have a really big performance here. We'll just say, yeah, we're favourites for a reason. Go out there and make sure left no doubt as to why. Just, yeah, keep it pretty straightforward. We're not getting too deep on that. And yeah, I'm interested to see how it's running. Obviously, we should be winning this match, so go into with that mindset and how we look at the team, and just go to the kickoff. And I have got the graphics quality on balance, just so you know what we're playing on and how it's being viewed. Probably not running it at the absolute highest quality, but it's good enough for what it is. And let's try and analyze how we're playing here. Kiss on the ball. And yeah, like I said, tactically, we're not going to take anything too crazy out of it. Just see the fitness of the players and who actually does perform in these games. Or in this game. Ball whipped in, and that's going to be a goal. And it is Guirassy. I think we might need to get used to him being the main man, admittedly. If that seems like I don't want him to be, but when you can do things like that, yeah, I suppose I always love that up and coming type striker. That's why we might talk about Fabio Silva, but I feel like Guirassy, if we click on him here, okay, we've got to highlight first, Brandt on the free kick. But also, again, we got to be understanding of our opponents. So Guirassy, he should have that physical dominance. And it might not be the only time we see that today. I still want to see the quality of the deliveries coming in as Brandt wins another free kick. And even on the highlights, what we had it on again? Still key highlights. So I might still edit them down. Well, the ball's over the top here. Hill. Well, he almost scored there. He did not a bad effort. So Cobble, as I said, with the interest from Newcastle. I said at the beginning of the series or episode, that was a terrible kick, mate. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I like players who show up against, these easy beat teams. Well, there's easy beat, and I think they should be even below that level. But I think it comes to there's something to take out of that, actually, in terms of players' mindsets. But back on Kobo, I was talking about how he's a good age and a good quality keeper, so where we don't have to worry about a keeper signing. Kabar, who we talked about, he shows some good signs there, and Bayer couldn't quite put that into the back of the net. So a bit of a mixed emotion early on. Yeah, I think he'll be an important player for us, and he just kicks it. Then Felix, that's a nice ball. See, that's what we should be seeing. That's what we should be seeing here. Nice goal. But again, we're not going to hype ourselves. Oh, and wait, I was like, didn't. We'll praise. We'll praise after that. I remember reading that somewhere. This was during the break of when I wasn't playing the game and I saw it pop up on Twitter or something, that they added shouts back into the game. It wasn't at the beginning, because I remember I was talking about that. Like, oh, I missed shouts. So again, who knows the effectiveness of them? If it's just like a mental thing, and I mean for me, just like, yeah, I want to praise my players. Whether it's efficient or is deficient a word? Yeah, whether it does a good thing or not, it's like you like it's an action you want to take. Like, yeah, let's praise the team. And you might find certain ones that do work for you. So, play for set pieces we're not going to do right now. But yeah, it's almost a mental action you want to take for the realism. But then you might notice certain shouts working for you. But again, Jobe Bellingham slides on home there, which is nice to see. Number 7 for the club. As I said, so this is more a bit of a build-up game for the season. Yeah, essentially we were always going to win it. And the highlight here, you can see a bit of a review of it. Maybe it's a bit of a lucky one as well, but Bellingham has to be positioned well. So I don't mind the quality. This is at the moment, and it is probably the level I should be playing it at for my PC. Balanced, yep. Not absolutely, yeah, the highest quality in the world, but still efficient enough. Yeah, I don't mind it. I feel like the gameplay, it is running better. I remember playing on the beta, it was like, yeah, your players would be lagging a little bit. And that kind of reaffirms what I was feeling at that time. You always wonder if is it my PC's fault or something like that, which I didn't truly think, because everything else I was doing on my computer, it works well. But yeah, without being absolutely the highest on every setting, or how do you describe it, like PC part or whatever, you know what I mean? Without having it maxed out. As we score another goal. So Jobe Bellingham, again, I'm trying not to go crazy, because you shouldn't be against a team like this. But it's good to see the amount of shots we're getting in, but it's what you expect. But it's more about for you guys and for me too, just to see what we're doing, see the flow of the game, which is important. Ooh, there we go. So 5-0 at halftime. Again, a lot of shots on target. Keep pretty simple, and see, we're not going to, But still, someone like a Jobe Bellingham, like it's almost, the question is, like, or what we want to see, not necessarily a question, but who is going to stand out in this game? See, there was a few things, going into this match, thinking about, like, should beat him easily, like we are doing, but who is going to stand out as our best player? We're seeing it more about who's standing out amongst us, opposed to just like, look at that's class, and probably should have been a goal. Like, who's going to be the standout players in a match that we will be winning comfortably, and who is not really doing so? I think you can still get something out of that in a way. And Brad puts it home to make it 6-0. So with that being the question or the situation, now we can just make some rotations. Now, Bellingham's done. You would hate for him to get an injury. Gross, bring him in here. Why not? And we're not going to worry, because obviously we've got different roles in our midfield 3. We're not going to worry about getting that perfect, and we shouldn't really. Adeyemi. So that's almost a position we don't have as well. That's where we look at Brandt. See, you'll see how we make changes, and Adeyemi, obviously we're not going to play him there, but Brandt, he can barely. We might need more signings, but for now, we're just going to do it like that. Sabitzer, who I've always rated him as well. So that's why I thought having the likes of Sabitzer and Gross in the midfield, it's like, it just gets that level of experience in the team. So, again, how about Khan? Yeah, maybe he could be trained. Dribbling pretty good. Pace is okay. Good technique. So, maybe we can train him in a wide position, and I think he can do all right when it comes to that. So for now, maybe we'll take up Bayer. He comes on complacent. Come on, mate. That's all right, though. Who's Kegney? Okay, he's one of those younger type, but a little bit of potential. Gurasi, wouldn't want him getting injured. So kind of just for that reason. Kulto as well for Ryerson. Just making a whole host of changes here. And we'll bring on Ansamina. Okay, sorry, we made too many subs. So it's not exactly the same as friendlies. I haven't managed a friendly for years, to be honest. Oh, no, I don't like sub 3. I can't say the position. Like, that would be nice. I mean, I get what they're doing. Like, let you know they're a sub. Is this going to update as a... There we go. I actually don't mind that showing before the sub gets made. It's like, oh, sub 3. Doesn't mean too much, but... Then it does update. So, okay. Not a disaster. Gross to Sabitzer. That's what I mean. That'd be so nice combining. And then Carney puts it in. Kegney. Farrell. Honestly, I'm not going to lie. That's the first time I noticed his first name. So, that's cool. But Sabitzer, that's what I mean. That's what... Obviously, technical ability is really important. But when, someone... They are that experienced player. It's like they've got that composure. I don't even know what his composure attribute is, but I assume it's not terrible. Composure, it's 13. So that's not anything crazy. So, but again, it's probably because the opposition we're playing against, so don't need to review it that much. But yeah, generally, that's what experience does bring, though. So yeah, I think we're going to get the true answers during the season, though. If he can't do it, they're during the season in the Bundesliga, Champions League as well. And Carney comes on, kick a goal. So, again, we're not really... we're not going crazy about this right now. It does intrigue me what our total goals is going to be, though. As I said, good opportunity to get a look at for you to see who's playing for us and who will stand out in these type of games. And who will not is a key question. Generally, there is always a slowdown in the second halves in Football Manager, like as long as I can remember, no matter who you're playing. Just like any game you're dominating, and then, second half, slow down a bit. But Brandt, Gross, Carney, that would have been a neat goal. Now, Kuto coming off the bench. Touched on, I do like the look of him, attribute-wise. And Brandt. See, what was that? Oh, that's a free kick. Kiss. He's getting a final warning, apparently. So, gross. Let's see. Let's see what his mentality is like with that Manchester United interest. Yeah. Like I said, maybe... See, storyline-wise, that gives you a bit of something. It just shows you his maybe disinterest. Maybe it wasn't a terrible free kick, but... give that storyline anyway. Maybe should be at least testing the goalkeeper. But seemed like he didn't care too much with taking that. So these type of games still can come with a bit of storyline. Kabar, he probably won't start in the season, but... And I needed a bit more a look at the teams, the team and our players. Dangerous ball. And again, someone like Kegney as well. But we got to think, the thing is, who are we going to select in the Bundesliga games? Maybe as a backup striker. We got to see that. So a bit more quiet in the second half. If you can see a lot of goals, no goal after the 60th minute. So, we'll take that and move on. But as I said, it was, this was kind of expected, and it was more about everything outside of that. There's an Altona 93. Like, where I live in Australia, like, we've got, like, a suburb called Altona. So, that's pretty interesting. I'll always point out, like, some things that might be meaningless to you, but you might do something similar in your own save when, yeah, you have a personal connection to at least a name of something. So yeah, result-wise, we don't go too crazy off. Just say well done. Just, yeah, straightforward. Did what we needed out of this. Again, not result-wise, but yeah, match fitness-wise, didn't get any injuries. And we got to look at some players, more importantly, and giving you a look at the players. Handy. That's so basic, but I hate continuing when you don't mean to continue. But see, the thing is, you get a bit of money from that. Just over 200k, which I know is not crazy money, but compared to what that game was for us, that's like essentially free money. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Simply great. Yeah, come on. They always try and hit those puns, but anyway, happy with that. Key findings. That's handy. Like, I'm just picking up some features here. I don't mind that little feature, all right. So, I do feel like I don't know the things that were I know the shouts were something updated. No, like they could have been updated a month ago. I don't know exactly when they were, but yeah, I didn't even know it was in the game because I haven't touched FM26 pretty much until we got this series going again since my last series. So yeah, okay, that was all right. But anyway, because the season's got underway now, essentially, or there's not really a break, we've played through the preseason. There might be a bit of transfer work, but yeah, we can kind of get on a daily grind of videos. And as I said, essentially, we're going to record every game once we get into the season. Probably a bit different to what you see, but what can fit into my schedule, and yeah, make it feel worth it for myself. But again, just pretty chill playing some FM stuff. So, my videos aren't going to be the most serious in the world or trying to be the best in the world. Yeah, we're just chilling, playing some FM. So, yeah, you're going to see them probably roll out in a Let's Play style of content. Not necessarily, again, a Football Manager Let's Play. The normalization of that. We're going to go deep on a description again of FM content. But yeah, it would be like even playing off camera, but the definition of Let's Play in just all video games essentially is showing everything you do. So yeah, apart from the keep pressing continue in the off season, essentially it's going to be a proper Let's Play gaming series where you see like 95% of the content of what I'm doing. But yeah, you'll see games, and maybe I'll be able to get 2 or 3 videos out a day, maybe 4. When it's in that style of just pressing record when we're about to play a new game, and you'll see that. And of course, as I said, for channel members, we'll see the content a bit earlier. Again, the videos are still going to go live a bit later anyway, or maybe the next day, depends if I can build up a bit of a catalog. And then, maybe you might see for members 2 or 3 videos ahead of time, or just see how I schedule it. But again, you don't really have to do that. But a little benefit for anyone that wants to help to support the channel. And yeah, for me to get back into regular videos. And yeah, if you like that style of how we're going to be doing it. But anyway, keep your eyes out for the content. More videos coming. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Catch you in the next one.